Hi, I'm Ron Price. So glad to be back with you. We've been doing a series, thanks to Greg Allen and Safe Communities, based on my new book, Play Nice in Your Sandbox at Work. It's 4 ways to prevent conflict from coming into your life, 4 ways to manage conflict that's too important to just brush aside. Hopefully you were able to see the first installment on the P from Play Nice, which is push the pause button in the parking lot, choose the attitude that you're going to bring into work, or in the driveway at the end of the day, choose the attitude you're going to bring into home. I dare say it came out pretty well. I hope you can tune in for that one. Today, though, we want to cover the L in Play Nice, which is list of 10, or create a list of 10. And to illustrate this point, I've got to tell you a story about a guy who worked for a company for 50 years. And this was an extraordinary individual. Over a 50-year span, no one could ever remember him getting upset with coworkers or customers, clients, direct reports, supervisors. He seemed to have a way to get along with everybody. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know that that's ever going to be said about me. But a career like that is worth celebrating. So his coworkers got together and they said, hey, we got to throw a party. And at the party, one of the newer employees came up to him and said, hey, what's your secret? How do you go 50 years and never get upset with anybody? I don't understand that. The guy thought for a moment. He said, well, it's probably this. Early on in my career, I realized I was going to be working with people who were no more perfect than I am. They were going to have flaws and faults and shortcomings, imperfections, call them what you will. They were human beings just like me. And I realized that if I wasn't careful, I could let their humanity get under my skin, get on my nerves, if you will, from time to time. So I decided to make a list. I decided for everybody I work with on a regular basis, customers I dealt with on a regular basis, I would make a list of their top 10 faults. And then through the years, when they did something that was on the list, I was more able to just blow it off and say, you know what, that's just them being them. I don't have to react. I don't have to get all upset. And the new employee said, hey, I like that. He said, hey, how about if just for fun, I real quick write down what I think the boss's top 10 faults are, compare them with your list, and let's see how close we get. And the guy kind of chuckled and said, well, to tell you the truth, I never really wrote them down. But every time he did something that bothered me, I always said, boy, lucky for him, that's one of the 10. Now, folks, that's a silly story, but please don't miss the meaning. Every day you interact with people who are no more perfect than you are. They're gonna mess up. Count on it. Take it to the bank. Your only choice is how you're gonna either respond or react. That's the subject of a whole nother video series. But you have that option. And so I am going to encourage you to create an imaginary list of 10 for all the important people in your life, at work, at home, everywhere in between. And just realize that when they mess up on a minor basis, you can blow it off more readily. Let me tell you how this worked in my life. I'm married to a very sweet woman. We've been married over 35 years now. And like everyone else, she has flaws and faults. And one of her main ones is that she will take the towels out of the bathroom and she will wash them, but she won't replace them. So numerous times I would come in from working in the garage, I should say, or working outside. I'd wash my hands, I'd turn around, and there's no towels. And I used to get upset about that until I heard this story of the list of 10. And I promise you, every day since then, or every time since then that I've come in and washed my hands and turned around to find no towels, I just said, boy, lucky for her, that's one of the 10. Do you know what I'm saying, folks? Hey, conflict is inevitable. Damaged relationships are not. And I'm convinced if you'll create a list of 10 for the important people in your life, you will have less conflict in your life. Look forward to being back with you next week.